to the Marketing Pulpit Show, and I am Robert Gatewood, your host. We are here every Friday at 10:30 a.m. bringing you the good of marketing gospel. We're not saving souls, we're saving businesses, saving jobs, saving our community. Now, if I happen to save a soul along the way, don't hold that against me. We'll just call that icing on the cake. Now, the mission at Marketing Pulpit Show is to build strong businesses in our community so that we can put our people to work. And we do that with business development, job creation, and service. So if you ever find yourself in a business crossroads and not sure which way to turn, just turn on the Marketing Pulpit Show because we're on a mission. The show is broadcast live from the illustrious Radio 1 studio. Welcome to the Marketing Pulpit Show. I'm Robert Gatewood, your host, and I'm here every Friday at 10:30 a.m. bringing you the good marketing gospel. I'm not here to save your soul. I'm here to save your business. And if you're an employee, I'm here to save your job. And for everybody else, I'm here to save the community because we need business empowerment. We need financial underpinning. We need strength in our businesses to uphold our community. We can't rely on others. We can't rely on politicians. We can't rely on the church. We have to rely on our successful businesses, and that is the theme and purpose for this show. We're about business development. We're about business development. I'm Robert Gatewood. I'm a business developer by trade. I have a company called Gatewood Marketing and Web. I'm also an adjunct professor where I teach marketing at the local colleges. I've written a couple of books on the topic. I'm in the government space, the Small Business Administration, as a consultant. And so this is what I do. This is my raison d'etre, my reason for living. And so I'm here today to talk about business. I want to welcome everybody tuning in for the first time. And if you're a regular listener, thank you for rejoining us on this Friday morning. I see Mr. Brown, the greatest plumber in town. Thank you, brother, for tuning in. We have an interesting topic today. We're going to talk about the depth of loyalty and why your customers don't seem to care about you anymore. You've heard that old saying, what have you done for me lately? Well, it's becoming more and more relevant nowadays in this era of unloyalty when it comes to our past customers. So we're going to talk about that on our marketing sermon today. And if you can tune in, you catch the show by going to marketingpulpit.com. We're also on Facebook. We're on YouTube. We're on Instagram. We're on LinkedIn. We're on all the major social media platforms. But like I said, if you're not on social media, just go to marketingpulpit.com and you can catch the show live right on the homepage. So I want to welcome everybody. What we're going to do, we're going to jump right in today. Some things that are happening in the news. We're going to talk quickly about a couple of news stories. And then we want to get into our topic, the depth of loyalty. Man, I think that's a pretty profound statement. Kind of threw some people off when they saw it. And they were like, can't be talking about me. My customer would never leave me. They've been with me for the last 30 years. I mean, that's what I've actually been hearing people say. If it were only so true, if it was only so true, if it were only so true. So hang on a second. I'll do a couple of quick housekeeping items. So don't go anywhere. Stay tuned right here. This is the Marketing Pulpit. I'm Robert Gatewood, your host, and we'll be right back in a second. So hang on. All right, we're back. We're back. Like the feed is slowing down a little bit this morning, but we're going to soldier on here. A couple of quick news stories. And by the way, happy Founders Day to all these sisters of Phi Beta Sigma sorority. Those are my sisters. I'm a Phi Beta Sigma. So the Zeta Phi Beta sisters are celebrating their Founders Day today. Founded back on Howard University in 1920. So happy Founders Day to the sisters of Zeta Phi Beta. And we have quite a few Founders Day. Many of the Founders Days for the different sororities and fraternities in the Divine Nine take place in January. So happy Founders Day to everybody. This is the, on this month, we also are recognizing Financial Wellness Month. This is a great time to get financially healthy. We also are recognizing Staying Healthy Month. So take care of your health. All the men out there, make sure you're getting those PSA tests. Prostate cancer seems to be running rampant, so we want to make sure that you're checking everything out and make sure everything is working on the up and up. Here's a news story out of LinkedIn today. It said fewer workers plan to look for new jobs this year. About 43% of respondents said they plan to look for a new job. And that's compared with about 93% in the past. So about half the people are going to be looking for jobs that were looking for jobs in the past. And so why are people doing this? Well, I tell you, this has been an interesting story. It's not about laziness. It's about delusionment. It's about lack of confidence. People lack confidence in the employers. And it goes to one of the things that I talk about a lot, your brand. If your brand is sending out big mixed signals that we're not going to be here, that we are jumping around, we're not tied to anything, to no purpose, then employees tend to respond accordingly. So the job market has really become a marketing problem. It's a branding problem. It's a trust problem. So if you're an employer, you need to take a look in the mirror. These numbers are really astounding. Only 43% of the people. Normally that means people who are just entering the job market in the first place, and then people who are looking for to upgrade, to find a better job. They're basically staying put. So they're choosing stability over risk. They feel like they don't really trust that the place that they're going to is going to be better than the place they're leaving. So employment has become a brand decision. It's about leadership. It's about trust. It's about transparency. So those are the kind of numbers when we look at those kind of numbers, we have to read between the lines what is being said. And so that's why we have to look at our long-term viability if you're an employer. We have to look at retention, not just of customers, but of employees. And what does that say to employees? You got to market yourself like a brand. Is your personal brand strong? Are you authentic? Are you trustworthy? Do you have a unique selling position? So that story talks about branding. It talks about trust. And let us govern ourselves accordingly. All right, let's see what else is going on. Thank you again, everybody, for tuning in to the Marketing Pulpit Show. We're here every Friday at 10:30 a.m. See a lot of folks tuning in on Instagram. See a lot of people tuning in on YouTube. I see people tuning in on Facebook. What I'm going to do also, this topic today is so hot. I'm going to drop the link. If you want to come on the show and talk about the topic today, if you want to chime in, I'm going to drop the link to the feed. So all you got to do is just follow the instructions. And when I see you come up in the pop up in the green room, I'll put you on screen and let's talk about it. That's going to be something we're going to do on a regular to give people a chance to participate in the show, because this is your show is just as much as it is mine. All right, and thank you, Idea Gear, for the comments. Let's talk about our topic today: the depth of your loyalty, why your customers don't care about you. Let's be honest. Customer loyalty is not what it used to be. Now, I'm an old schooler. I've been around. I've had my own company now for 30 years. And I've had clients, really, some clients have been around for the entire ride. But what I'm noticing, that's probably not as happening as much to me as it happened to some other people, because I saw this coming. But I'm noticing more and more customers don't want loyalty. They want results. Now, marinate on that for a minute. They don't want relationships. They don't give a hoot about loyalty. They want results. So when you think about it, the customers aren't really loyal to you. When you scrape everything away, clear all the dust out of the way, they have been loyal to the results that you have been able to deliver. And the moment those results start to slip away, they are gone. So think about it for a minute. I have no doubt that many of you have delivered superb services. Yeah, grandma and little man, the sorority sisters and brothers jumped on board early. They bought your services out of obligation, not out of loyalty. But you ever notice those people that stick around? They gave you that obligatory purchase. That's not loyalty. The people that stuck around were the ones that got results. Convenience beats commitment. They'd rather have convenience than some type of perfunctory commitment. They'd rather have speed over sentiment. And the feelings are gone. You can take that, you can bury that, I'm telling you. It's sentimental. I've known you for 20 years. You owe me. What about that project we did? What about that money I made you 5 years ago? Allowed you to open up your new space? They don't care about that. Consistency of delivering results beats history 7 days out of the week. So if a competitor is faster, cheaper, easier, there's a good chance your customers are going to switch. Loyalty be down. So basically what I'm saying, don't get into your feelings over this loyalty bit. I mean, it could cause some tear jerking. But what about the good old days? They're not trying to hear that. Now, here's something else I'm just going to break your bubble about. You thought you could hang on to folks by discounting and lowering your price. That did not build loyalty. What that actually did, it trained disloyalty. Because the minute you start trying to charge what you should have been paid in the first place, they're gone. So really what we've seen is a false loyalty. You haven't really seen true loyalty in many cases, particularly with the people you had to discount your way into their loyalty. Now, this has been happening all along. Many of us didn't recognize it because we had a pretty good company, pretty good run. We're bringing in new customers. The attrition rate was lower than the acquisition rate. So this is not something new. What is new is AI and the algorithms. They have accelerated this chip jumping of people slipping away in the dead of the night. They were your client when you woke up one day, and they were gone when you woke up the next. So the AI and the algorithms have accelerated this process of people wanting to try something different. In the old days, they were doing it. They just weren't doing it as fast. They stringed out this process a little longer. But now every time they open up their iPhone, every time they turn on their iPad, every time they fire up their desktop, there's an ad reminding them of how fragile loyalty is. The algorithm don't care about your story or your past. And neither do the customers, unless it connects to their identity. And loyalty isn't as emotional as you might think. It is actually transactional until proven otherwise. So now we have infinite choices. If you're offering a service, there's 50 alternatives. So people don't feel tied to a single brand. There's so many choices out here. Now I'm talking about today why loyalty is on its deathbed. And why the customers, or at least you may feel so, that they don't care about you like they used to. Because many of us, our brand overpromised and underdelivered. And so the people that we thought were loyal, or we felt should have been loyal, they feel now they can't trust you. In the old days, they stuck around. They're like, oh, the Gatewood, I'm gonna give him another chance. I knew him, we went to school together. Yeah, goes to my church. We're in the same networking group. That doesn't watch anymore. Hate to bust your bubble. The other thing that this new environment does that may not have been so in the past, one bad experience can undo years of goodwill. And once again, because when you make that one mistake now, in the past, you had to go out here and start looking around, find another company to do what the company that you're doing, what you're doing. They don't have to look anymore. It's on their phone because the algorithm has already told them there were 50 other people doing what you do. All they got to do is type in that algorithm one time. They're looking for another they look at a marketing company's ad one time. Next thing you know, there's 20 ads of marketing companies coming up on their cell phone. That's what's different. That's why loyalty is on its deathbed. And don't think retention means loyalty. Retention simply means they're sticking around, but they're sticking around for a reason because you may have had the best price, you may have had the best service, you may have been the most convenient. That does not equate to loyalty. That's exactly what it is. It's retention. So consistency is rare. So you have to be consistent. And that's where loyalty resides. So I'm going to put a wrap on this. I have one of my listeners, one of my partners hanging in the green room here. We're going to bring him on, get his perspective on this. But here's the real truth. Loyalty has been replaced by trust. And you have to earn trust with every single transaction that you perform. Hear that again. Loyalty is I almost say it's a fallacy. It's something we toss around. But what you really want to get is trust. The reason they became, or what you thought they were, loyal before, because they trusted you. And when you lose that trust, you lose that customer. Okay, let me get see William in the green room. I'll give you my closing. What I'm going to remember, Joe Madison used to be on Radio One. We were on Radio One together. One of his famous quotes was, "So what are you going to do about it?" I'm not just here today to beat up on you about what I think you should do or what you may be doing wrong. I'm actually going to give you some advice on how we can move forward and mitigate the damage caused by this false sense of loyalty and loyalty being on his deathbed. Let me bring William in here. Help me with this story. William.
Good morning, Robert.
Welcome to the Marketing Pulpit, my friend. Good to see you this morning.
Likewise, and good morning to all the viewers out there online. And
William,
you made a lot of
good
points. You made a lot of great points, actually. And you and I, we have these conversations all the time about, the shift in how people who were looking at this loyalty thing from perspective of obligation, where, is earned through building that trust, like you were saying, and making sure that you're over exceeding people's expectations. And I know for a fact that the clients that I've dealt with over the years and the clients that I have been currently dealing with for the past 3 decades, the reason why they do stick around is because of the trust factor. And they know that you're going to always hit a home run for them.
But William, now this is what I've discovered. And like I say, I'm actually going back. I'm looking back through some of the clients that I've had for 20 years.
Right.
And I'm grateful for every time they've spent with me, for every level of trust they bestowed upon me. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, what I have discovered, they don't really care. They're business owners. They don't give a hoot about that relationship. They want results. They have to make some money. They have payroll to make. They have a truck to pay for. They have office. They have rent. They have cost of goods. That loyalty is not going to pay their bills.
No, it's not. And that's why, a lot of times the intangibles that you're doing with the relationships that you build with these customers, things that you're helping direct them to ways to help them make money with their businesses, those are things that's not always going to show up on the invoice.
That's right.
Those are a lot of times because of the relationship you're having these conversations with these customers, letting them know, oh yeah, by the way, I have 3 other clients here that have businesses that have synergy with your business. I'm gonna connect you with those guys to help your business. Those type of things that you're doing, these added value things, are things that gain trust and also create value for your business, for businesses to want to continue to do business with you because they see as a bigger picture more so than just what's on the invoice.
And you're right, William. And this is an area where we talked on several occasions is that we also have to come back to the actual customers and the clients. I'm not going to let them off the hook because some of them are under this illusion that because they can get it cheaper and faster somewhere else, that they're going to be better off in the long run. And so this is a two-headed sword. This is a double-edged sword. So I'm going to admonish the business owners. You have to deliver results. You have to establish this trust. You have to be consistent.
Right.
But to the clients, so many are chasing these little shiny objects. And when they should be loyal. I'm not saying be loyal for loyalty's sake. I'm saying you can't just look at often only what's right in front of you. And you do have to look at that history.
Right.
You do have to look at that person who has consistently delivered value. But if you are only looking at what have you done for me lately only, and you jump into an unknown entity, and I tell you, William, I see this so often. Mm-hmm. My phone rings on a daily basis, not from the marketing efforts that I'm doing right now. It's from past customers who have so-called junk ship because they felt like somebody else was cheaper, somebody else was faster, somebody else had a shiny or fancier gadget. As a matter of fact, yesterday I was on the phone with a young lady.
Right.
It's a big accounting firm. We were doing their website maintenance and doing a lot of things for them. But anyway, they decided to, like I said, they say they will bring it in-house. Sometimes that means, well, we're just going to give it to somebody else. They can do it cheaper. Right. And they feel your feelings are not going to be hurt as much if they say we're going to bring it in-house. So I know that game. But wouldn't you know, here we are 2 years later. Guess who pops up?
Yeah.
They had a very complex problem on their website. Their e-commerce wasn't working. Their Stripe wasn't working. They didn't know where the money was going. Their PayPal was doing this. Their security was off. And so, I didn't want to say I told you so. That's just not the way I roll. I said, send me the link. Let me go in and look at it. Yes. And then I'll get back to you. As a matter of fact, I dropped what I was doing because I just wanted to see what they had decided to do after they had left me.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Well, they make a long story short. I gave the person almost an hour of free service of troubleshooting.
Right.
And I said, well, look, now we're going to go any further with this. You need to just go ahead you got to go ahead and retain me. I've already given you an hour. Then it was based on the information you've already given me. I think I can solve the problem.
Right.
And so I said, oh boy, here we go.
William,
hold on, William. Hold on. Let me tell you how this thing ends.
Okay.
So the person said, this goes back to that loyalty. So I said, well, look, we'll do this. Just go ahead and just pay me for an hour and you can go on back to life. And thank you for thinking about me. She wrote back before I can get my finger off the enter button. She said, hold on. Don't go anywhere. I want to pay the retainer because I want you to stick around.
Right. See?
Okay. And that's where loyalty is based on results.
Right.
Not the fact that we had been working with them for several years. And that's what we have to remember. It always comes down to results.
Results. And that's the thing, Robert, that I tell people all the time is that the hand holding that small business owners who are dedicated to over exceeding expectations for their services, those clients are not going to get that type of special treatment from a lot of these larger entities because they're just another number to them.
Yeah.
And basically, when people say, well, can you move this over here a little bit? Can you move this over here a little bit? A lot of times those bigger entities, you're not going to get a real person on the telephone to walk you through those little small tweaks.
But William, this where we, the business owners, come in.
Right.
We have to do a better job of letting them know that. That's where our brand comes in. That's why we have to consistently build that trust so that the first time something pops up on their screen, that they're not running away. So exactly. The ball ultimately comes back to us. I know for a fact, if I had done a better job of staying in touch with that client that reached out to me yesterday, if I had sent out a thank you, a reminder, do some content marketing, let them know that we are still here, that we haven't gone anywhere just because we haven't popped up in your algorithm, just because you haven't come by the office, just because I haven't been to your networking event. It comes back to that business owner. It's part of my call to action.
Right.
You have to keep reminding people that you can deliver. I'm getting a lot of people right now, William, talking about AI. And this happened to me when social media came out.
Right.
It happened to me when the internet first came out. I've been around a long time, folks. I've seen the introduction of the of internet. I've seen the introduction of social media. I've seen the introduction now of AI.
Same here.
And guess what, folks? I'm still here. Because in each case, in every single case, I understood this loyalty game. People started asking me about AI 2 years ago. I said, at some point, I'm going to have to address this AI. Because what happened, William, right. They're not going to necessarily call you and say, look, can you do AI? What they're doing, they're watching.
Yeah, and they're experimenting.
Saying, is he keeping up?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Okay. They're saying, is he still relevant? That's where your branding comes in. That's where your content marketing comes in. That's where your communication comes in. Right. Because many people are not going to ask. They're just going to jump ship because an algorithm sent another company into their feed that does exactly what you do. Mm-hmm. It may or may not be cheaper, but you didn't show up because you weren't keeping in contact.
And one point I would like to make, Robert, too, piggybacking on that, is a lot of small business owners really need to take time and go to these AI bots, be it ChatGPT, Gemini, whatever, and type in your business to see what that AI is saying about your business.
Yeah. Because
a lot of people will be surprised that they may not even show up.
Yeah. Well, speaking of AI, Marketing Pulpit we keeping up again. Matter of fact, I introduced something today. This is like a little treat, a little gift to my listeners. On the Marketing Pulpit website now, we have a link at the top of the page called MPAI. It's not MPI, MPAI. And I'm giving you 4 different AI models that Marketing Pulpit has created, Gatewood Marketing, really Gatewood AI. I want you to try out. One that can take your image and create a video of you doing whatever you tell that AI agent to do. We have one that can show you, that can make a PowerPoint presentation for you by just typing in a few lines. One that can create some content marketing for you. One that can actually create a proposal. Anybody sending out proposals today, just go to Marketing Pulpit, go to MPAI at the very top. Just type in the name of the company, your price that you're trying to offer that client, any type of term. It will spit out not only the proposal, it's going to tell you, put in some niceties in there for you, some bullet points. I'm going to give you some baby steps on how to get into this AI. right now, many people are familiar with Chat GPT, but they don't know how to do the prompt. Well,
Right.
if you write the agent correctly, and that's what we're doing, you don't have to know the prompt because we've already done the prompt for you. So what I'm doing is people who are really new to AI, we're going to walk this journey with you. So we've introduced four AI agents that we created specifically for the marketing pulpit audience. Go in today, try them out. Now, I'm just going to tell you the one with the video. It uses up a lot of credits. So if it runs out on you, come back later on and we'll put some more money in the pot to make sure it keeps running. But I want you to try these tools out and let Marketing Pulpit be one of your resources to keep you abreast of what's happening in the AI field. That is going to instill loyalty and trust, because the minute you fall behind, the minute people think that, well, this Gatewood brought me up and he made me a lot of money, but if he's not keeping up and he goes down, I'm going to go down with him. You can't have people thinking like that.
No.
If you continue to rise, your clients want to know that they can rise with you. That's why you have to stay on top of things. I looked at William's new website, and if anybody's been there, I'd advise them to check it out. The brother's on top of it. He's gotten the memo. He knows the assignment.
I mean, we have an AI bot that answers questions
right
there on the website. So if you have any questions about what WM Graphics offers, services, etc., you get instantaneous feedback from the AI bot that I've built for the website. And Robert's absolutely right, to be able to make sure as a business owner that you understand the shift in the market, just like with when the websites came out, just like when social media became popular. It's always new tools being introduced. But at the end of the day, the people who embrace the tools, use the tools, and know how the tools can help in building business and helping people grow what they have in terms of their companies, they're going to continue to thrive. Because I know since I've been doing things with my new website, I'm constantly getting requests. I have a request right now for doing some signage for a company. And that came strictly from people finding out about me, like I mentioned earlier, doing an AI search, finding the top graphic companies in Maryland. And because I took the time and really dug deep into it, my company pops up.
Right.
So when you see the Google reviews, and remember, Robert, people, they pay attention to stuff like that.
Yes, sir. Let me do this.
It's right on their phone. It's right there.
In your phone. About 75% of these searches right now and website visits are on your cell phone. So also keep that in mind to all the people who are putting websites out there. Let me just give you my CTA, my call to action. What are we going to do about it? Okay, my first thing is that you got to be bold, you got to be edgy, and you got to stop asking the question of why aren't people loyal, and start giving them a reason to stay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, stop crying. Well, people are leaving me, and that ain't gonna work. You have to give them a reason to stay. If there's a break in the process where people are losing trust in your company and what you can deliver, fix it. Lead with trust. The second thing I want you to do, if one click going to cause people to leave your company, your brand needs some work. And I've been pushing this branding wagon for many years. And I talked about it really at the end of last year, and I'm talking about it again. If you have a strong brand and you are delivering trust, and that trust is aligned with that brand, it's going to take more than AI or an algorithm to get somebody to jump ship.
Right.
So, like I was saying earlier, William, we got to go back and revisit our messaging.
Exactly.
So they don't think that they should jump off. You got to beat that drum of why that 40 years, not just because they know you and like you for 40 years, because you've consistently delivered results.
Robert,
that's the part that has to be put into your brand, baked into the fabric.
It's like what the young people say, you have to show the receipts.
And they don't care about that longevity. Are you making me money? Are you getting me leads? Are you getting me prospects? Are you bringing in new customers? Is my trajectory continually going up? That's going to trump the AI algorithm every time.
That's right.
The other thing you have to ask yourself, if a competitor showed up tomorrow with they're cheaper and they're faster, would the customers still choose you? Once again, you got to revisit your brand. Okay, the brand is a big part of this because trust has to be embedded in your brand. Okay, so loyalty is built one interaction at a time. And interaction doesn't necessarily mean a sale. It could mean a contact, it could mean a follow-up call, it could mean a referral. There's all kinds of interactions. That builds loyalty.
Right.
So in my end, I'm closing out with this thought. Don't chase loyalty. Build relevance. The loyalty will happen. You don't even have to call it loyalty. You can just call it people sticking around, people paying you, people showing up. But you can't chase it. The buck starts and stops with you because it is relevance, trust, and results.
That's right.
That keep people coming back. It's not how long they've known you.
Yeah.
Closing thoughts, William.
I agree with you 100% there, Robert. And to put my 2 cents in there, that I know for a fact that when you provide those results and you provide that extra 110%, 130%, people, they notice it because when they go somewhere else and they're not getting that type of treatment, just like the woman that you mentioned earlier, they come back. They come back.
But guess what? It wasn't loyalty that brought her back. It was results.
That's it. That's it. Again.
All right, William. Thanks a lot, brother.
I appreciate it.
That's going to wrap it up. That's William Maxwell. He's a associate. Matter of fact, William was one of the co-hosts on the Marketing Pulpit for several years. So what we're going to do, we're going to have him back from time to time. And also, if you want to come on the show and put in your 2 cents, we're going to put the link in on a weekly basis. Let you come in and chime in, get your take on what we're talking about. And so, William, I'll see you next time, brother. Thanks again for joining this morning.
I appreciate it.
All right. All right. This is the Marketing Pulpit. I'm Robert Gatewood, your host, and we are here every Friday at 10:30 a.m. bringing you the good marketing gospel. Feel free to share this show. I know you know someone who's under that illusion that loyalty is going to beat trust and relevance and results. Sometimes you have to let somebody else tell them. They hear it from you, they may call you a hater. I don't hate you. I love you. I want you to succeed. On that note, we'll be back next week with another topic of interest. And as always, if you want to be successful, you have to do these 3 things. As a matter of fact, my good friend, Mr. Brown, has helped me out here. I'm going to read it right off the screen as he put it. If you want to be successful, you have to do these 3 things. Do the right thing, do it at the right time, and you have to do it right. Enough talk. Let's get to work.